All right, let's go ahead and get started. All right. This button. Ba-boom. Here we are. And then also this button. Yeah, there we go. Get some music playing in the background. It'll ramp up soon. Take a drink of tea to calm the nerves. Well, here we are. I'm the Lumble Lumberjack. And today we are gonna do a little bit of art, hopefully. Boop. Okay. What kinds of pins do we have? We got that one. Oop, that's a big one. Okay. That's a good one. Pick that one. And pick music that isn't playing, apparently. Give us music. There we go. Perfect. All right. Oh. I think today we're going to try to do something with mountains. That sounds pretty good. All right. So let's see. Let's say that our mountains are going to come like around this way. Something like that. Whoop. We got stuck for a second. Oh. My canvas really doesn't like zooming all of a sudden. Can I move around? Not very well. Interesting. All right. Oh, I don't know why it's being so laggy there. Weird. Well, whatever. We can always zoom in this way. It's probably because I had to turn off hardware acceleration. All right. So let's say maybe we have like a peak here. And we can have another peak over here. Can have like another one here. And then we'll follow the mountain line a bit. Just mark out some places. Something like that. All right. So basically what we're going to do is we want to think about this is kind of our mountain range. We can do something like this, right? So if we want this to be a peak, we got to do that. Maybe we can connect it up there. Then on this side, do a double like that. Can have that one. So I want like a really tall one up here. So maybe that's going to be the line that we follow. Do a bit like that. Let's turn off the music. It's very low. Okay. So let's see. Got one peak here. Maybe it's going to come up like that. We'll have a couple around here. Let's see. Can make this one a little more rounded. Something like that. Okay, so that's going to be the general flow. Now, so that is an option, right? We could also try to do something a bit more like this, right? Where we could try to follow like these contour lines. And so in this kind of mountain, right, it's going up. And then it's disappearing off to this side. And that gives kind of an interesting shape too. So let's come up to this corner maybe. So let's see, if we put a peak here, we could have it kind of disappear off that way. So as far as like our contour lines go, right, it's looking something like this. If we have this one come around, basically get rid of that. Then we've got another set of contour lines here. Like that. And now maybe, right, maybe we do curve around that one. So now our mountain's coming up like that, and it drops down. Do like that, right? So we got another slope on that side. Now for this one, let it curve down. Do a little bit like that. So now it's going to come up and down the other side. This one comes up and disappears like that. Now this one's kind of steep. Almost like a sand dune. But it's going to disappear down the other side. Maybe a bit steeper. Yeah, like that. Okay. Now for these, we're kind of following it a bit more head on. So we're looking at a mountain line like this. This kind of feels a little weird. So we'll give it a little bit of structure like that. Okay. Getting kind of steep here. Something like this. Need to flatten this one out a little bit. Something like that. Okay. Now, let's see, what else can we add to this? I kind of like the idea of maybe we're looking at like kind of a forest here. But over on this side, maybe we wrap around. How do I want to do this? Something like, so if this line kind of continues over, like that, can come down and around. I don't know where I want this to go. Somewhere over here. This one. Maybe gentler slope. Something like this. Hmm. Yeah, something like this. Maybe in that case, maybe we put the forest here. Oops. Instead of over here. I'm so used to using my like pen controls for moving around, but they're very unresponsive while I'm streaming for some reason. So we want some gentle curves. Like that. So we're looking at something a bit like that, and then maybe this coastline comes around over here. I don't know. What, we got like a lake here? Nah. Just like a little bit of beach. So we could do something like this. Maybe have a couple of rocks out here. A couple of smaller hills on the coastline. Yeah, but our coastline's basically going to wind around like that. So we'll do a little island like this. Our little forest can continue on over there. All right. So if I want to think about little hills in the forest here, something like that. Okay. So that's basically where things are going to go. Where's this one? Okay. now we just go in and start trying to add some of the details. All right, so let's figure out how we want to do this. I don't know if we want to draw the mountain lines themselves or do like stippling. Stippling might be good. Okay. So we'll give some good definition to the sides of the mountain. Like that. This one. It's a bit lower. Bit like that. Yeah, let's just go ahead and get all of the like outlines of the mountains in. Hmm. Something a bit like this, maybe? Okay, yeah, something like that. Then we're ignoring, for now at least, all of the ridge lines. We'll come back in later and do something about those. So for now, we'll just focus on the big outlines. Mm, there we go. That's good. Yeah, okay. So something a bit like this. Now that's going to be a very gentle slope. And this is going to curve in, then around. Now up here, got another of these gentle curves. Don't like that. There we go. Okay. Let's get this coastline in, maybe. So it's going to come around. Like that. And we've still got to look at this bit. So it's going to come around the side like that, disappear down there. Okay, perfect. So now the idea is we want to add a lot of little dots. Like this. Because now what we're doing is we're going to outline the ridge line, but we're not going to do it with a particular color. We're going to use the negative space to outline the ridge line. Mm-hmm. So do something like this. Perfect. Okay. And on the other side, we're going to do the same thing, but a lot more sparingly. somewhere where there might be some shadows, we can come in there with some dots, but in general, we're just going to be leaving it alone. Like that. So now, wait, when we remove the underlay, there's our mountain. Doesn't that look nice? I think that looks nice. So for this one, we're going to do it like this. So that's going to show this area here is going to be bright. I'm kind of thinking, right, like got that kind of bright spot there. Something like that. It's kind of a much gentler curve. You know what we can do? We can probably come in here. And define the curve like this. Okay. Just playing around with shapes now. Try to darken up the areas behind those bright spots. Now on this side, we've got our coastline. It's coming around like that. Perfect. All right, that's the general plan. So we'll just put in some quick areas where we know that there will be some shadows. Kind of based on our pre-drawing. A little bit like that. Now on this side, I feel like this is mostly going to be in shadow, except for maybe curves around like that. On this side. So here we're going to have another ridge line. Like that. Okay, let's get those in. I really like the look of stippling. I think it makes these look really nice. Fill in all of this area. Something like that, right? Ooh, that looks all right. So now come in here, add a little bit on this side. Not too much. I don't like that. Do a curve like that. Because this is curving back up quickly. A lot of shadow there. Okay. How are we looking? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay. So let's think about this ridge line down here a bit. So we've definitely got a lot of shadows here. And it's kind of coming down to meet right there. Something like that. Yeah, okay. On this side, do that. It comes around. This takes a lot of patience, but I think it's worth it. I think it looks really nice. So this, I think, maybe that's in the light. The rest of that isn't. Got to get some of those shapes into the mountain here. Ooh. Do something like that. Uh, Something like this. Oh, that looks nice. It's looking nice. Okay, so on this one, I want to do that. Something like that. Okay. On to these ones. Now this is mainly going to be in the light, except for right here. So it's going to kind of like curve around. Like that. Be a little bit of shadow. But mainly we're looking at get a line there, a line there, a line there. Ba, ba, ba. Just remember not to death grip the pen. Doing a lot of delicate work, no reason to hold it super tight. Let's look at this one. So we're going to come down. That's definitely shadow. Something like that. Ooh, yeah, look at that. That's good. We like the way that looks. For sure. Hmm. This has got to be mostly shadow. Something like that. Okay. So there's our ridge line. A little bit like that. Where's the shadow here? So the light's coming in. We've got a little bit of shadow there. Bit like that. Okay, that looks great. Now on this side, we're going to erase that line right there, because that's what stippling is for. Okay. Now on this one, I don't know what I'm going to do with this little ridge. Come up and around. And drop it down. This whole thing is basically hidden here. A little bit like that. Now I think we're going to come around like this. Okay. Perfect. How's that looking? That's looking pretty good. Let's take a look at it zoomed out. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's looking nice, isn't it? I like that. I like that a lot. This area here needs a little bit of work. So let's see. Our ridge line is here. Then it's got to be coming down. That. So that's in the shadow of that hill there. Something like that. Okay. Maybe we can connect that bit up. This is looking pretty good. Okay. Let's zoom in on these. So now we're getting real steep here. Really steep. Something like that. Perfect. Now we can get a little bit of definition here. Especially on these pieces. Something like that. All right. These are going to come up in there. Okay, something like that. Maybe this curves like that a little bit. That works. Okay. Something like that. Oh, yeah, now on this side. Coming up like this, right? So that's going to be mostly in the light. Oh, this is fun. Let's think about this a little bit. So we're looking at that bit shaded. Because we're getting down here towards the bottom. So we know that's in there for sure. That's kind of an important line. Ooh, we have to be real careful. So let's get rid of this line. And let's do this. Do something a little different here. That's okay. We're going to go down at these peaks. Fill them in real heavily. Then on the other side, we'll get our normal nonsense. I've devolved from stippling to lines, but maybe it'll be okay. We've got one more here, right? Kind of, it's all flowing down this way. Now, this edge is hard. That one's okay. Like that. Hmm. There we go. That looks right. Come in here and do a similar thing. Like that. Okay. That works. For that piece. Ugh. Okay. Whoa. Whoa there, cowboy. All right. Now on this one, it's a lot more gradual, right? This can be a little bit lighter. Kind of outline that hill. Kind of disappear off to the side here. Little bit of a hill. So we can make a little valley. Okay. Too steep. Something more like that. Can I blink now? Of course you can. How's it going, Chrissy? Thanks for stopping by. I'm happy to have somebody to chat with while I do this. We're just doing a little bit of cartography today. A little bit of cartography. We can go. Nope, we can't. Can't do that. Let's give a little bit of a mountainside there. Like that. Can come down and connect in there. Come around. It's been an hour and nobody showed up to speak. That's actually criminal. Oh, I agree. But I guess I've been in the zone. I mean, I've been chatty, but there hasn't been anybody to chat with. How are you today? How you doing? Sorry it took so long. You were taking a nap. How was your nap? Naps are great. As I get older, I often find myself taking naps. It's one of the few joys in life. Okay. So let's get rid of this nonsense. Over here. Right, what we're gonna do is kind of curve it in like this. Had to go to the hospital at night just to be stabbed with a liquid IV, so you're tired? Dang. That's no fun. Might I recommend uh not doing that? Not getting injured to where you have to make that happen? I hope you're okay. I presume since you're back that you are, which is good. Okay. So basically thinking about these kind of ridges along the side here. You were dehydrated? Well, that's no good. Were you dehydrated? Speaking of which, I'll drink right now. Ah, because I too have been uh maybe not blinking as much as I should and not drinking enough water right now. Try to get this cliff's edge in here. Something like that. You've been drinking water, so you don't know? Huh. Well, glad you're feeling better. Dehydration is no good. We don't like dehydration. We are a proud sponsor of Hydro Homies. Remember, kids, an adult that drinks tons of fluid or you'll end up like me. That is entirely true. Gotta stay healthy. Make these a little bit round. Except I put that on the wrong side, didn't I? Let me undo all of that. If we're thinking about the round bits, it's going to be like over here on each of them. Something like that, right? Then it'll curve the other way. There we go. That's all right. That's all right. Doop, doop, doop. All right. I don't want to do this. Do a little bit like this, maybe. Get a little bit of a shoreline. How's that look? Map drawing, how's it going? We're this far into it. I think the mountains are looking pretty all right. Working on the shoreline a little bit now. I haven't exactly figured out what I want to do with all of this shoreline. Maybe curve it back in a little bit. So how does this look? So these bits, we can come in like this. If y'all want to try something new, I've got a semi-new stream toy to play with. You can do text-to-speech messages now by doing exclamation point TTS and then a message. And I wrote a program that, so it used to be, so it's queued up now, and I've got a little app on my side that I can see the sender and the message, and I've got some controls, so I can tell it to play it.
Hewlandite2 said, pumpkin.
That's right, pumpkin. I can also skip messages if I don't want to play them, which I didn't have on my previous setup. And I wrote all this myself, so I can do all sorts of stuff with it that if I want. All different kinds of custom commands and things to control things on stream. I got to figure out exactly what I want to do. But I've been thinking a little bit about it. Curve it like that, right? Oh, maybe that. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with how it's turned out. I can make it say pumpkin, pumpkin. Yep, I can make it say that.
Hewlandite2 said, I can make it say pumpkin, 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 pumpkin.
You can indeed. As long as it has my approval. It's Australian? Yes, it is. All right, drink time. I've got water. Ah! All right, for stretching, I will grab my thumb, try to stretch it a little bit. Well, I have... Oh, okay. All right. Now, the real question is, how do we want to make this look? So I'm thinking, so what if it came around like... So it comes around... like this. What if we have a little, just like a little bit of a rise here? Something like this. Yeah, something like this. Now we can do some more stippling. God, I love stippling. It's so nice. Hydration, that's right. What do we do with this bit? The way that I see it is there's that. This is basically all in shadow. Got a little bit of the shoreline here. Like that. Maybe this is a little more jagged. Something like that. How's it looking? It's okay. I don't know how I feel about that yet. Hmm. Oh, you know what, though? What would be interesting? So what if we took this peak and we make a hill like this. Mountains look good, thanks. So what I'm imagining now is we've got... How's it going, Techno? We've got like a river that's gonna wind its way out and around to there. So let's see if we can make this river. Doing fine, doing fine. How are things on the old, have you been on Architect recently? So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna start wide. Kind of curve in. Your presence has attracted more talkers. Yeah, yeah. It's been slowing down a bit due to summer. Isn't that normally when, you know, things would pick up? Because people, I don't know, people that are in school are spending less time in school. There we go. There's our river. Now, what we're thinking here is like, it's got to come like that. I don't know, things slow into summer because people tend to travel or go outside. Yeah, I guess that's true. There do be people that go outside. And I'm one of those people now, unfortunately. I never was before. But I am now. And it's interesting. Hmm. This is all going to be forest. The heat gets to people too. It's also travel in the nicer weather. Yeah. Uh, yeah. I gotcha. It is hotter here too, which is like not been my favorite thing ever. I liked it when it was a bit cooler. So we're gonna try to make the want the appearance of like a valley right here, right? Does that make sense? Right, so this river's coming in through the valley. Like that. Mostly sticking indoors because like clockwork, California's on fire again and the air quality has nosedived. I live in a place for like the first time in my life that the air quality is amazing, and I have been living it up. I have been outside more in the past 6 months than I think I have cumulatively in the past 6 years. I'm a person that goes outside now. I wasn't. And then I moved here. I'm an outside person. I've been enjoying breathing so much. I never thought that I would, but I've been enjoying breathing like a lot. It's actually pretty great. I highly recommend it. If you're not a person that normally enjoys breathing, it is helpful. It can improve your quality of life. Just breathing. And living somewhere where you can breathe, well, that's just icing on the cake, isn't it? I don't know what I'm drawing here, but we're going to keep drawing it. Something like that. Used to live in a place with a beautiful outdoors, is really nice. Spent so much time outside. Also, is this Lo-Fi Skyrim? It is. We are currently enjoying the best of Lo-Fi Skyrim. Again, like all of this is going to be in forest, so there's not a big reason to do a lot with it right now. Now this, let's connect it. That. And this will just all be in shadow. Goodbye, bright spot. All of this is shadows now. We're even going to put a little bit there. And we'll put a little bit there. A little bit down there. Kind of outline that piece. Try to get the general curve of this mountain as it goes down, like that. It's good music. I agree. I like it. It has served me well so far. Okay, where are we at? So there's our river. It's looking kind of riverly. What else can we do? Make this a little more mountainous. Like that. No, I hate it. Get out of here. This is a little hill. What do I do with this, though? Add a little bit sharper of a cutoff. And then stipple shade. Something like that. What's the lore behind the area, if you're open to discussing it? Lore? You assume that I have lore? I am just kind of doodling at the moment, but I mean, if we really wanted to. Yeah, it's just cool mountains. Not so. Right, where would we would have there was going to be something, it would be like here. And maybe should up the opacity a little bit. Oh, I shouldn't be drawing on this layer. Whoops. This one. So if we have like, I don't want to do this. We want to put a building in, then this is where we would do it. Right. Nice. Something like we want to do some stylized curvy lines here. And then like make a tower. Then up here's like some sort of orb. Gentler curve, something like that. That, and it kind of goes around the other side. Love ancient ruins. Actually, it looks so cool. Yeah, I love ancient ruins too. They're sweet. I like them. Maybe we have something like that. So how does this could come around? I don't know. We could put something weird here like this. Little door there. Little door there. I don't know. Maybe we'll come back afterwards and put a little building there. We gotta do we gotta start on the forest at some point. Let's get the rest of this coastline in. Then we can start thinking about the forest. Okay. So let's see. I think that's backwards, actually. Yeah, it was backwards. So we can do a little something. Little something like this. I want to add a little bit of three-dimensionality to the coastline, but not too much. Wait, right. Little something like that. Ugh, my controls are all messed up. Oh, nope. Stop that. Nope, nope, stop that. Cease. The one time I decide to stream drawing and Krita just refuses to work properly. Okay. Okay. Let's focus on something else first. Please. Why? For what? Oh, wait, actually, I might have been accidentally hitting a button on my keyboard. 'Cause I'm dumb. Okay. Let's do the forest now. So this is going to be a little bit different. Let's zoom in on, let's just do this part. So what we're going to focus on for this forest is we're going to get the outlines of the trees on this side. Like that. Now, I've kind of drawn in this bit. Oh no, it's a person that's getting banned. Banhammer. That's right. So the idea here is we're going to follow the lines I've marked out. For these trees. I don't actually want to fill this in all the way, though. I don't know why I did that. I just want to suggest the curvature. We want like half it. There we go. Ah, that's better. Oh, yeah. That's better. It's making you want to draw too? Do it. I dare you. I dare you to draw. Okay. Um, I made a decision earlier with this hill that I drew to the south here. I don't know if I actually want that hill to exist or not. But I do know those trees are coming in hot. Okay. Now what about this hill? I don't actually want this hill to exist on the drawing. It's covered in trees. That was just there so we could get a good sense of trees. Oh, nope, not round trees. Spiky trees. So Hulandite, you wanna draw a forest? Bet you'd enjoy drawing a forest. It's just a bunch of little M's. Okay, and I want to do this. This is kind of a rocky bit. So if I'm thinking about the outline for this forest, it's not going to be M's, it's going to be little lines. And our trees are going to stop kind of here. Going to go this way. Around that bit. Like that. It's a mountain scene thing, but with color. Okay. Really old drawing. Man, color is still something I struggle a lot with. It makes me sad. It's like I wish I was better at it. But it's a thing that I really struggle with. All right, let's get the tree line up here. Switch grips on my pen. Okay. Yeah, I like mountains. Mountains are nice. I'm not really I don't really draw mountain scenes very much, but I like cartography a lot, so I end up drawing some mountains here. Okay. Now we got to come back around the outside. Mhm. These don't follow the contour correctly. That one just goes away now because it's problematic. Okay. So something like this. Oh, we got a lot of forest. Mm-hmm. Nope, too much. Okay. There is the general outline. So now I just got to add some more clumps. Okay. So if we think about extending this ridge up. This. We're actually coming around the side. Gotta come back down the other side. Trees are always interesting. You gotta strike a balance between like drawing a lot of them and not drawing any of them. Because you want to give the... Definitely want to give the shape of the forest. But you don't want to draw the whole thing. It's also interesting because I want it to be on a hill. So that always makes it look a little bit odd. Nope. There we go. Bit like that. Let's see how this looks without the underlines. That's okay. That's okay. That's looking okay. Now we got to do this half. Thanks. Yeah, I'm liking the way this is turning out. I think it's going okay. Do something a little bit like that. This one will come up. Kind of join up like that. Do the same thing here because it's kind of flattening out. Nope, don't like those. Okay. Something like that. Let's take a look at what we got so far. Doop. Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh, yeah. That looks good. Oh, that looks nice. That looks nice. I'm happy with that. That looks nice. Okay. Let's think about this coastline a little bit. I don't really want to do that. This can be okay. Call that like, that could be a little beach. Now on this side, I need to get this little bit done here. This is mostly in the water. Like that. Now over here, let's get rid of this line. And what I want to think about doing is coming in here and turning around a couple of times like that. Yeah. Okay. So this is going to come down and around. This one's going to come down and around. And this one's going to come down and around. Like that. That works. Maybe we get some lines that wrap around. Turn this into a little cliff. Like that. We can come in and shade all of this underside. And then we can come in and shade all of that. Get the curve to the rock. Oh, this bit is mostly in shade and shadow. As is that. Okay. Let's get back up to a size 10. There we go. Make this a bit bolder. Doop. There we go. It's more of this line. That. That looks okay. Okay. We've got to come in here and do a little bit of shading there. Not much. Okay. Let's do the hillside. So what we're doing here is basically doing like, how do I want to do this? Do like, try to do little tufts of grass. That kind of flow up the hill. This. This one's a bit flatter and it actually curves back down before coming out. Something like this, maybe? Get a couple of trees. Oh, I know what I can put right here. We can put a little, right here in this little dent. We can do a little lake. Okay. Little lake details, right? We got the little, wave lines. Like that. Now, if we're thinking about the shoreline now, like this is looking pretty all right. There's a little bit of grass we need to place in a couple of places, but now I think what we're missing mostly is the shore accents. So, you know what I might do? Can I... Let's come over here to grids. What if I want to snap to the grid? It in no way, shape, or form snapped to the grid. How does this work? Hmm. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. Turn that off. We're gonna rotate this. To there. Okay. Now I just gotta go through and put in like 1,000 of these lines. That are all going to be hopefully parallel to each other. Yeah, this is our water line here. And the music stopped. Yes. I'm still listening. Okay. What an interesting perspective to look at this map from. Okay. We're getting there. Gotta be real careful with this one. Oh, putting the shoreline on the back is interesting because most of it's going to be occluded by the mountains. So we're just going to see the tips of some of the longer lines. As well as some of the lines that come out farther. Okay, let's see what this looks like now. Okay. That looks all right. That looks all right. We need a couple more. We need a couple more lines on this side over here. Like double the number. Yeah. There we go. Boom. That's looking pretty good. That's looking pretty good, if I do say so myself. So we're going to come in here. Gonna put a little bit of hints of vegetation. Maybe a little more than hints. There. Okay. Over here, we're going to have kind of a similar thing, right? Basically what we want is got this. Get these grassy patches that are going along the side of the slope here. And they're all going to be pointed this way. Like that. So that's that bit. Now, for this over here, I think maybe we just want the occasional dot. It's mostly going to be clear, but we're going to put a couple dots in here. Add a couple more trees to the forest. Big one right there. Okay. It's a little bit bigger. There we go. That ain't half bad. That ain't half bad for 2 hours. Woo. Okay. Yeah, isn't that nice? I like it. There's a lot more to do. Right. Oop. Right, we're nowhere near done. There's so much more to do. Right, we've got to come in and what's a good one for this going to be? This one? What do I want? This one, but bigger. Right, we got to come in and like do some shading. This is just very rough. Right, so we'll probably have some shading like this around. Clean it up a little bit. Right, so I have some shading like that, and then right, we'll have this bit. Because this is on a hill. There might be a couple of splotches in there. Some taller bits might see some sun. Something like that. Just like a very light green. I don't know, what color is grass? Just come in there like that. That's the grassy bit. And then the rider side. Which also happens to be the color of sand. Okay, there we go. Right, so it ends up looking something like this. I don't know. If you want to add color, go in and make it pretty. But I'll work on colorizing it later. I think that this turned out pretty good for 2 hours. I think this is where we'll end for now. I'll see about coloring this another day. Putting in a border and adding a compass rose. But all right. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you had a good time. And I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.